Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope all of you and your loved ones are safe and sound. I am going to discuss understanding quadrilaterals, in which I will include few basic definitions of curves, polygons and their types. If you like my video, please do subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for updates of upcoming videos. Let us start from the definition of curve. A figure which is obtained on a plane surface by joining number of points without lifting a pencil. You don't have to lift your pencil while you are drawing, so the figure will be curve. Next is open curve and closed curve. Open curves are those which does not end at the same starting point, or they are not cutting itself. And closed curves are cutting itself and they are ending at the same point, that is their starting and ending point are same. Next is simple closed curve. A closed curve is called simple closed curve if it does not intersect itself. Next is the definition of polygon. The term polygon is made up of two words, poly and gon. Poly means many and gon means angles. So the figure which is formed by many angles is known as polygon. And the definition says a simple closed curve made up of only line segments. See, this word only is very important. It should be made up of only line segments is called a polygon. You can see the table for the figures, polygons and non-polygons. In circle and the next figure is involving curved edges, so these are not polygons, while the rectangle and pentagon are polygons. You have to note that minimum sides in order to make a polygons are 3 in number and maximum can be any number. That is, we can take any number of sides to make the polygon. Next is interior and exterior of a closed curve. The portion which is covered by a closed curve inside is called interior of the curve, and the portion which is not covered by the closed curve inside, or the portion which is outside the closed curve, is called the exterior of a curve. Next we have classification of polygons on the basis of sides. If we have 3 sides, we have triangle. If we have 4 sides, we have quadrilateral. For 5 sides, we have pentagon. And continuing in the same manner, for n number of sides, we have n-gon. Next is the definition of diagonal. A diagonal is a line segment which is connecting two non-consecutive vertices. Non-consecutive means the vertices which does not lies next to each other. So here A and C are consecutive vertices, A and B are also consecutive vertices, but A and D are non-consecutive vertices. So AD and similarly BC are diagonals, and we have in general formula for calculating the number of diagonals, n square minus 3n upon 2, where n is the number of sides. We can take the example also. Suppose we have rectangle and we have 4 number of sides. So 4 square minus 3 times 4 2, that is 16 minus 12 upon 2, which is equal to 2. So number of diagonals in rectangle will be 2. Next is the types of polygons and their properties. First is regular and irregular polygons. Regular polygons are those which are both equilateral and equiangular. The word equilateral means all the sides of the polygon should be equal, and the word equiangular means all the angles of the polygon should be equal. And the irregular polygon is which is not regular, that is it is not equilateral or equiangular or both. And the figures are mentioned. We can take example of equilateral triangle and square in regular polygons, and rectangle and trapezium are irregular polygons. Specifying the examples of regular polygons, we can take for 3 number of sides, equilateral triangle is the regular polygon. For 4 number of sides we have square, and for 5 number of sides we have regular pentagon. Similarly, we can continue for other regular polygons, regular hexagon, regular heptagon, and so on. Next we have convex and concave polygons. In convex polygons, the measure of interior angles should be less than 180 degree, while in the concave polygons, at least one of the interior angle is greater than 180 degree, which is mentioned in the figure also. Second is, no portion of the diagonals lies in the exterior. That is, in figures, if you are drawing the diagonals, the portion will not lie outside, while in the concave polygons it will lie outside, which you can observe in the figure. Next is angle sum property of polygons. For 3 number of sides we have triangle, and angle sum of triangle is 180 degree. In other polygons you have to observe the pattern in order to understand the angle sum. See, in quadrilateral we can divide quadrilateral into 2 triangles. So 2 times 180 degree, that is 360 degree, will be the angle sum. For pentagon we have 5 minus 2 can be written as 3 into 180 degree, because we have divided pentagon into 3 triangles. So 3 times 180 degree we have taken. Similarly, in other polygons, continuing in the same manner, we have derived one formula, that is, for n guns we have n minus 2 times 180 degree as the angle sum. So according to the angle sum property of a polygon, sum of interior angles of the polygon is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degree, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. And for the exterior angles also I have specified the sum of measures of external angles of the polygon is always 360 degree. Here we don't have any pattern, we don't have anything. Every time it is 360 degree. We can take example of equilateral triangle in order to understand the angle sum property. See, interior angle plus exterior angle is always 180 degree, which can be understood by linear pair property, and interior angles are 60 degree each for equilateral triangle. So exterior angles will become 120 degree each for equilateral triangle, and adding these 123 times we will get 360 degree. So sum of interior angles is 180 degree and sum of exterior angles is 360 degree for equilateral triangle. I hope you all have understood the concept of polygons. Thank you so much for watching my video.